I don't think we've ever talked about loyalty. We've talked about cheating and relationships between a man and a woman and cheating, but we've actually never talked about friendship loyalty and
Workplace loyalty.
workplace loyalty. And those relationships sometimes are as important as your sexual relationships or your marriages. I think we should talk today about that.
I love it. It's the perfect timing for me to talk about this.
Welcome to episode
Or
sex,
relationships
careers.
and just plain life. From the experience of two Latina actresses.
Welcome to the Unfiltered. Hi, I am Vanesa Tomasino.
And my name is Maria.
We spend so much time working or in school, with our friends or colleagues, that they become our family,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But what happens when there's a break in that relationship? And it's not because it's a misunderstanding or because you grew apart. Instead, it's because there's been some betrayal.
It's hard. I think treason and betrayal from a colleague or any friend is one of the toughest things to go through because there's no like specific, everyone's just doing what's best for them, I guess, in some way.
Yeah. The question is, for example, the thing is, do these people consciously know what they're doing? Like, I can't understand if you accidentally betrayed somebody. So, for example, and actually, I don't have an example, but I'm just saying that if
I was like, how do you accidentally betray someone?
No, but I mean, like, for example, if let's say that you told me something that
like
perhaps
a slip up.
yeah, like perhaps it wasn't something big, like you said something like, hey Vanessa, I lost my earring, whatever. And then a friend of us, Monica, for example, comes up and she's like, oh no, I lost my bracelet. And I go, oh my god, Maria lost her earring too. And then she goes to you and she says, hey, you lost your earring. And you go, who told you? Vanessa told me. Vanessa told you? What'd she tell you? And then I'd be like, whoa, 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 I didn't know the earring was a big deal. That's a slip up.
That's a slip up, yeah.
It's not betrayal. I didn't actually intentionally want to hurt you. But what happens when?
No, but let's talk about like treason, like true like betray, like a slip up. I'm that way. Like I literally,
Yeah, me too.
I can fuck up big time in the most innocent way.
Yeah.
Just because like my head is all over the place all the time,
Mm-hmm.
But like, what about like true malicious betrayal? When you just want to hurt someone, you just want to make them, feel bad or put them down.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you like knowingly, when you know that something is gonna hurt your friend and you do it anyways, like that kind of betrayal.
Now the thing is, do you recognize a betrayal happening, or it's just post action?
Like if I'm the one betraying someone?
No, because I'm assuming that it's not you actively betraying somebody.
No.
But
I mean,
if you're dealing with a betrayal, do you see it coming, or it's just when it happens, you're like, what the hell just happened here?
I think usually it's just past the betrayal when you like see things and then you start connecting the dots and you start you think about how, oh, that's why she was or he was weird this way, or that's why he or she did this, and that's why she's been avoiding, you know what I mean? Like everything just makes sense. And like I'm an overthinker most of the time, so I try, like, if I sense someone close to me being weird or standoffish, I usually go like, oh, it's probably they're having a bad day. Like, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But then when,
Yeah.
if they do betray me or do something that's not ethical or okay, then that's when it hits me like, oh, that's why. That's why she was very distant. That's why he did this. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I think we should both talk about our experiences with betrayal in our areas
Mm-hmm.
because I have a lot of experience with betrayal from being an actress. And I'm not saying that my acting friends have betrayed me because it's not like that. I don't know how they would. I mean, we've had misunderstandings, but I think as an agent, because I also represent actors
Mm-hmm.
and an assistant to an agent, um, I have seen betrayal, and it doesn't feel good. It feels horrible. So let's talk from the perspective of being bosses, I guess, owners of
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
businesses. What
Well,
happens?
I don't know if you want to start or
No,
should I?
go ahead.
Well, to like make the story short, I also own a beauty studio here in El Salvador. And, I just want to clarify that everyone has the right to grow. Everyone has the right to leave your job if you're not happy with your job. That's not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a true believer that if you're not comfortable or if you don't feel good in your job and your work, think you can talk things out, like you can go to your boss and tell them, hey, I feel like I've been here, 2 years. I've grown so much. This is obviously specifically for like a beauty studio. So if like a hairstylist comes up to me or to my business partner,
Mm-hmm.
she's the one who like handles HR, and if someone comes up to my business partner and tells her, hey, I feel like I've grown so much in the past 2 years. I've increased 15% of my sales, and I'm doing all this, I'm growing, like I feel like, or I would like
Mm-hmm.
a salary raise, like then you can talk things out,
Yeah.
but recently half of my team planned for 2 months to open up a beauty studio right in front of us, and they stole my entire database, client database. They stole word by word for word, our menu services, and they are spreading false information, telling everyone and sending like broadcast messages to our clients, which they
Mm-hmm.
stole,
Yeah.
that we moved and that they can park at our beauty studio and walk to theirs. Like, well, how does that even make sense? Like,
That's odd.
it's mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's mean. And they knew they were leaving, and we purchased new uniforms and everything, and they gave their sizes. They still said yes, and they knew they were leaving. Like, they just made us spend money. They made us waste our time.
I'm curious. How did you know they were leaving?
Because one of them told my business partner she was leaving, and then everything just started to make sense,
Uh-huh.
and we just
Uh-huh.
started connecting the dots, and we're like, okay, their friends are leaving together and their friends are leaving together, so they, like, four of them are leaving.
So we're not giving them the benefit of the doubt or saying like maybe they very last minute decided to just
No, because
remove.
then one of them, who is the
Mm.
least smartest, least
Let's just say that she's not the
the
leader of the group. Uh-huh.
um yeah, I don't know how to put it. She told everything. She told their entire plan on one of, like, my other business partner. So we're just sitting there like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
you're telling us all this. Like, what do you expect us to do? Like, you have nothing to do here. You might as well just leave.
Yeah. That
And
that
it's
makes sense.
just like, and one of the girls, she literally told my business partner that she modified her uniform and made it as small as possible so that no one could fit in it once she left. Like, that's just mean. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you there's something wrong with you. Like, you have a problem.
Why would someone do that? That though, like I'm trying to figure out from their standpoint.
I don't know.
Why would someone do that? What do they gain? Unless
I
there's
don't
a
know.
personal, that makes sense if there's a personal disdain for the person. So if that, let's say that this employee didn't like your business partner or didn't like you, then that, I guess that would make sense to make you feel bad.
I mean,
But
it seems
that's
personal, but I don't even know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, and I showed them so much. I tried to make them grow so much, and I know I did, because everything I knew, I shared with them.
mhm.
Everything, social media wise, or how to grow, or how to post something, because these girls, they don't really have much knowledge on social media or how to
Yeah.
grow or marketing. So, like, I tried to, like, make them, be the owners of their careers. Like, people actually pay for beauty services,
Yeah.
and to succeed and to be better than the rest, you need to, like, provide a better service. It's everything's in the details, and I try to make them see this, and they just, you know again, you're allowed to grow, you're allowed to leave if you're not happy, but just, like, why would you leave on such bad terms with the company who gave you an opportunity, who provided that growth for you, and you're just betraying the people who believed in you?
That's the key for me. Exactly what you just said. It's with loyalty, it's the people who first believe in you. Those are the people who are giving you the opportunity to spread your
Hmm.
wings. You are right that everyone's free to do whatever they want. They're free to move on for sure. We're not holding anyone prisoner. But I think it's that idea of nobody gives you the time of day.
Hmm.
And then you find a company or a person who says, you know what? I believe in you. I believe in your, hairstyling abilities or whatever. And they give you a shot. Then they send you to workshops and more learning experiences, blah, 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 until you become the star that that person believed you were because they saw the potential,
Hmm.
right? And so then you become that person and then you leave. See, that's the gap that I don't like. It's the idea of, did you not think that that investment of making you a better person, that person in
A
your,
better
in
professional.
this case you, the investment you made on that person to become a better professional, that goes unrewarded because then they leave. And the thing is, once again, we're not saying they can't leave, that's fine. But why in such poor terms?
That's the thing. Like, I don't care, you do you, whatever, but why would you spread false information? Or why is your narrative the victim?
Hmm.
Why is your
You
narrative,
know what, sweetie? Maybe they need the narrative to be themselves the victim because then they can cope with the betrayal. Like, here's the thing, people are not bad people. People justify their actions and their
Mhm.
decisions. Maybe in her head, there is, or their heads, there is a reason, a logical, rational reason why they were allowed to do such terrible things.
Mhm.
They justify it,
Oh
right?
yeah.
In their minds, they're doing the right thing. That their moral compass seems a little off is
It
another
is
thing.
definitely off.
But I'm assuming these people thought they were doing the right thing. But now we're missing that human component. Where does the loyalty of, she believed in me? Where is it? Where is it? It has to be worth something.
Yeah. And, like, these people, like you said, they become like your family. Like
That's what I'm gonna get at right now. Hmm. That's my second question to you, because we talked about the work. Yeah, the work, the growth, the person. Yes, but how do you feel as a woman, as a human, that you shared everything with them. Your time, your happiness, your sadness. You shared space.
I feel like a fucking idiot. Like I loved these people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I loved them. You know, we shared we spent so much time together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people say like you have like a work husband and like your real husband,
Mm-hmm.
or I mean, your work husband can be like a like another woman.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like
The
just
person you see all the time.
yeah.
That should be your
And
partner.
like I spend so much time with these people,
Yeah.
and they became like family. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just like it doesn't matter like where does everything we did for them, everything that we shared, like it just doesn't matter. It just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, bye. I don't know.
And that's what I'm getting at. I mean, we can talk about betrayal from the professional aspect and say, yeah, you lose money, you lose that investment. But I
Fuck that.
think,
Like that's the thing. Like no one is irreplaceable.
yeah.
So like I can invest time and resources on
Mm-hmm.
like new stylists.
Yeah.
Like that's not the thing. It's just like why would you do that?
It's the human aspect
Mm-hmm.
that you did share so much with them. You become their family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the thing is, you don't even see it coming. You didn't see it coming.
No.
You assumed everything was fine. And that's where the conflict lies, in the fact that they knew they were going to leave. You didn't. Then you are loving them, assuming that the love is reciprocal and transparent. And then they're off to their new lives. I think that's the part that kills me.
Mm-hmm.
It's knowing that it's almost like the love that you have for them doesn't matter. And once again, I repeat, I understand that it's a professional environment,
But still like
but we're human.
mm-hmm.
We become attached to these people. We get to love them. I'm not saying we shouldn't work with people because these sort of things happen all the time. But where is the loyalty? Where
There
is
is
it?
none.
Makes me just want to throw everything out the
Me too.
window.
Me too.
I don't know if our listeners are throwing things out of the window too.
Because I feel like there's very few people that are truly loyal to
Oh,
someone.
yeah.
Very few people. And I mean, I guess it's also human nature to like vouch for your personal interests over anyone else's.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is the system. I mean, we do live in a capitalist,
Mm-hmm.
neoliberal, competitive economic system. It's dog eat dog, right? Like you have to be
Mm-hmm.
the alpha dog in order to survive, and you're always looking out for number one, always. So it is part of our rationale. It is part of our choices for sure. Yes, there has to be more to life.
Yeah.
I refuse to feel like I am a robot of the system because we're not. There are clearly lots of glitches in the system. The system says that women, for example, can't be friends because we have to be competitive. Well, I say no because
Yeah.
I
Fuck
love
that.
you. I don't see you
Me
as
too.
competition. I don't see any woman as competition. The listeners, you lovely women listening to us out there, we love you. Why would I see you as competition? But the system tells us that we should see each other as competition in relationships, because there's so many few men and
Not
good
only
men,
like professionally
and
too.
professionally too, especially because women have less job opportunities, so we fight for the
Yeah.
same jobs. So the system pins us against each other. But once again, here's the glitch: we're human. We feel. I don't want to be walking around hating women,
Mm-hmm.
and I know so many. Recently I was talking to somebody, because if you know me, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting to know me. I hope you know me by season 2 now. I am the kind of person that I don't hate anybody. And it's not because I'm like a super good person. No, it's not that. I think partially is that I don't have time to hate people. And also, I'm so happy with my life. It's not perfect. I'm not saying my life is great and perfect, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying that the choices I have made so far, I'm very grateful to have made them. I'm very happy with the choices. Okay. So every day I wake up, I'm looking forward to what audition am I going to do today? What book am I going to read? What am I going to write for my thesis? Like, I get excited about my life. So I don't have time to go looking at other people's lives and be like, ooh, what is she doing? Why is her dress so ugly? Why is her hair like that?
Yeah, no.
Like, where is the time to do that? I don't have time to do that. And I don't feel like doing it. Quite the opposite. I like propping people up. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm walking down the streets and at the street and I see a woman with a lovely dress, I will be the first one
Mm-hmm.
to go up to her and be like, you look amazing. I love that dress.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of person that I am. And so I was telling this person because he was saying like, oh, women are so bitchy, they complain and they fight and they're catty. And because he knew a woman who she would look at all women and be like, she's a bitch, she's blah blah
Oh
blah,
my gosh.
she's racist, she is classist, she's whatever, right? And I told him, I said, those comments are more a representation of her life than what she's actually saying. It's more likely that she hates her life and she
Mm-hmm.
hates herself, and she's projecting that on any other woman that she sees, particularly women who are successful. It's not normal to be hating on people. And if you are listening to us are thinking, oh, I do that a lot, wonder why do you do that? Because chances are there's something in your life that you do not like,
Mm-hmm.
and you're looking it out on somebody else. You're projecting it, your insecurities, your fears, all of that. Okay. So just keep that, in mind when you feel like criticizing somebody. So the system pins us against each other. There's a glitch when you become a human. You're like, I don't want to attack another woman. I want to be
Mm-hmm.
her friend. I want to hold her hand. I want to, help her. So we are humans. We're not robots. So we feel the betrayal, and it makes you want to close off. Like, I want to close off every time this happens to me.
Yeah, me too. Now that I think about it, like not only have I experienced like like work betrayal, but also like a very close friend to me, like a very really she's a really close friend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she knows that I have a problem with certain people
Mm-hmm.
because they've hurt me in the past, and
Mm-hmm.
like and sometimes I don't know if it's I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's on purpose, but like she goes out of her way to hang out with these people.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
being someone close to me, knowing how much it hurts me. Like I can be a tough cookie. Like don't get me wrong, I can seem like a very I am assertive, yes. I have like
She
strong
is.
character.
Mm-hmm.
I can be a tough cookie. I can be like very,
Mm-hmm.
tough in general. But I'm also like really, really emotional and sensitive. Like I'm really sensitive. And especially with like friendships, if someone so close to me who says is a best friend and who says that like she loves me as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
she knows how much these people have hurt me. Like, are you truly a friend?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's harsh. I don't
It is
know. I don't
harsh.
even know how to answer that one. Because you also want to think
Like I can't control people.
that
I can't tell
exactly
them like, hey, just
they have
don't hang
agency.
out.
Uh-huh.
But it's just, I mean, I am so overprotective of my friend's feelings. Like if someone hurts a friend of mine,
You wouldn't
like
go running and hanging
I
out
would
with a
never
friend.
like, you know,
That recently happened to me. Where I am with someone, for example, and he's telling me, this person said this horrible thing about me, and that person was a friend of mine. And I'd be like, excuse me, what? And they're
mhm,
like, she said this horrible things about me. And then you start putting two and two together and like, oh yeah, she can be like that.
mhm,
I just immediately stopped talking to her
mhm,
just because I feel offended that they have offended somebody that I love.
mhm,
And then I'm like, okay, then maybe she's not a good person. I just step away. I don't go and confront people like,
Me
why did you
neither.
say
I
this?
just choose to like, all right,
Yeah, I can't spend time with you.
yeah. So that's hard for me to try to, deal and navigate through that um dynamic or
Mhm.
whatever, because I can't tell people, I can't tell my friends like
What
don't
to
hang out,
do? No.
with obviously like everyone's, and I want everyone to be able to make their own choices and decisions or
Hmm.
whatever, but it's just like, I guess that's the great mystery of life. Like, I don't understand how some people can do that,
Hmm.
how some people can act a certain way and feel okay with that, because like I think about myself and I think about like, would I do that? And if my answer is no, then like I cannot understand how some people don't see that.
Hmm.
So it's a mystery, obviously, because no one's gonna think the way you do, but it's hard for me to understand.
No, that makes sense.
Because like when you
That
play
makes
with
sense.
someone's feelings and emotions and vulnerability, like you don't fuck with that. You don't fuck with that.
Yeah, people
And I don't
feel
fuck with
that.
you if you fuck with that.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I'm trying to understand all this because I think I've always been a people pleaser,
Mm-hmm.
and I always want to not get into conflicts. But now I'm
Mm-hmm.
realizing that sometimes you do have to put boundaries and you have to set limits.
Oh yeah.
And if I know that somebody has said, let's say if somebody says anything bad about you, and someone that I know, and they say something bad about you that it's completely like out of place and not true, then I will obviously step away from that person. I don't even need to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just would be like, I don't want to hang out with that person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess sometimes we don't understand how much we love our friends, and we want to please everybody, that we're like, okay, maybe, I'll give them another chance. Maybe they're not that bad. But no, I think you have to stand your ground and know that that behavior is not appropriate.
I feel like there's also different approaches to like situations. For
Mm.
example, like you can be like cordial to someone even if that person.
Cordial is fine. Cordial is fine,
Yeah,
but that
like
doesn't
you
mean that
don't
you're
you don't
gonna
have
hang
to
out
be a
with them.
bitch. You don't have to be a
Yeah.
bitch about it. You don't have to,
No.
be the worst person in the world. Like if someone has been hurt by someone else and you actually like that person, but like, you kind of put everything in perspective and you're like, okay, who's my actual friend here? Okay,
Exactly.
that's my true friend.
That's my
I can be
friend.
cordial, I can be, amicable with someone,
Yeah,
but you don't have to like go out of your way and be that person's best friend.
totally. Which is what you were saying with your friend.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it now.
And if that friendship is, more valuable than mine, then like go right ahead, like it's fine, like it's just part of life.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
choosing a different path,
No.
and you'll just be acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you my story since we're running out of
Please.
time. In my case, my business is acting, and I am an agent, and I assist an agent also in Vancouver. Betrayal, although it's professional and I understand, it feels so damn personal. So damn personal. And I think that it's not just because I am an agent to so many actors, but it's because I'm also a mentor and a friend, or at least I thought I was a friend. And then some things just go wrong, and I feel like I break in a million pieces
Mm.
because I've given everything to these people. So let me just give you like a few examples. Obviously, once again, we're not Taylor Swifting anyone, so I'm not saying any names, but
I love that. Taylor Swifting.
the verb. Um, I've had situations where I have been mentor and acting coach and agent to young actresses because I firmly believe in supporting them, because I wish that when I was starting out, somebody would have supported me. I didn't have that. Instead, I was abused by the system. You know, I had to learn
On your own.
on my own and by myself. And then Mackenzie Gray came and saved me as a mentor, but he's a man. It's a different story for him. But for me, it was very important as an actress, as an accomplished actress, to be mentor to women, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started coaching a lot of girls, young girls, in their 20s. Well, you one included, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're wonderful, though. I have no complaints.
Thanks.
Can you imagine?
I know.
Can you imagine if I would like I have a complaint?
Complain.
No, but and I remember I believed in them from day one, where I saw that they were hungry. I saw that they wanted this so badly, and I knew I had the tools to make them working actors. I still even remember people coming up to me and saying, "Do you really want to invest so much time in someone like her?" And I'd be like, "Why do you say that?" I'd be like, "Well, she seems a little opportunist. Like she seems like she just wants fame and whatever comes easy." Once again, I'm not talking about one person, I'm talking about a few people, since this has happened to me a few times. And I'm like, no, 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 she's just, my excuse. She's in her 20s. I was confused in my 20s. So I am a very generous mentor with girls in their 20s because I was so confused that I would never want people to hold anything against me because of what I did in my 20s, because I'm such a different person now. So I keep on repeating to myself, they're fine. They're in their 20s. They're just confused. They can't be that bad of, women or people. So I invest time. I become like a surrogate mother to them, in their filmings, here in classes. I'm giving everything. Even I spend more
Personal
time,
life.
personal life, and spending more time with them than my own children. I'm on the phone 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm doing this not because I expect anything from them. I do it because I do love them and I care. And then the moment they feel like they have reached that point, which is I find really funny because I've been doing this for 20 years and I still don't find that moment of like I've made it. But for them it's like 1 year and they're like they've made it. But the moment that they feel like they have become these amazing actresses, they just go like, I don't need you anymore. And then they disappear. They literally ghost me, or they just, they go their own way like nothing had happened. And the personal life too, exchanging secrets and, helping each other with advice. And then suddenly they're gone. It feels horrible, Maria.
Yeah.
I felt like I lost all these children, you know? And once again, it's not that they're not allowed to leave. Obviously, I don't want them around me 24/7. It's the way it is done.
That's the thing. It's the way people go about their life choices.
Yes. It's the way they just say, you know what? I don't need you anymore. And you're like, well, I thought this was more than just you needing me. I thought you liked me.
Yeah.
I thought you cared that I believed in you when no one else did, or that I spent so many hours in your personal growth,
Unpaid.
unpaid, because I really wanted you to be your best version. And then for them, it's just a matter of saying, I don't need you. Well, I don't think it was ever about needing anyone. At least for
Yeah.
me, it wasn't.
Like, thanks for telling me I was a Kleenex box.
That's exactly how I feel. I feel used. And I don't like that feeling because I'm not a prop, Like I like to know that people care about my feelings too. Yes, I'm the mentor. Yes, I'm the coach. Yes, I'm the agent, but we fucking have feelings.
Yeah, I guess it's also like more triggering for you that you've been so long in this industry, in this business, that like you already get that from casting directors, from like other men in the industry, and for like someone who you helped so much to come and tell you like I don't need you, and like to treat you like a prop, just like everybody else in the industry has been doing
Mm-hmm.
for the past 25 years of your life. That
Yeah.
must be like really frustrating.
It is very frustrating. And it's frustrating because I can't also complain and be like, it's your fault. It's your fault. No, it's my fault.
Limits, boundaries.
It was my fault. It was my fault because people told me that these actresses could be a problem and I still gave them the benefit of the doubt. It was my fault that I didn't set boundaries and I gave them everything that I had. And it was my fault for not stopping it when I saw that this relationship wasn't working. I should have said, you know what, I think you're using me,
Mm-hmm.
or at least said something instead of just waiting for them to disappear or ghost me. I should have been able to say, for the sake of transparency, I don't like how you make me feel.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with doing that? And I didn't. So partially it's my fault for allowing it. I've been with my agent, Maria Jose Doyle, Universal Artists. I love you. She believed in me. You know that I had zero credits. Like I had no experience except for like school things and college stuff, and that it doesn't count as professional and it's not union stuff. And I had zero union credits or experience, and my agent, my current agent, that agent, she saw me and she was like, I like you. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
like you. I want to make you the best actress you can be. When nobody else believed in me, I have been with her for 20 years. From my first credit to my latest credit, which, by the way, it's a series I just did on CBS. So help me,
So help me,
Todd.
Todd.
Woo!
We're watching it today.
Today it's being released. Episode 15, season 1. That's my latest credits, the last thing I worked on.
Mm-hmm.
She's been with me.
Wow.
And the idea of leaving her now that I'm this 41-year-old woman seems crazy to me. Why would I leave her? Why would I leave her? She was the one who believed in me. I would not be Vanessa Tomasino if it wasn't for her. Why
Mm-hmm.
would I leave her? And yet, many actors would tell me, Vanessa, you have outgrown her.
Mm-hmm.
You should go to a bigger agency. Go to blah, blah, blah talent. They have contacts in LA. Fuck that. Because Maria Jose was with me from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And these other people now want to make money of me because now I make money. So they want to represent me because now I make money. No, I'm going to win a SAG award one day.
You will.
I hope so.
We will.
And when I do, I will still be represented by her and I will give her a shout out because she deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Because in that agency, everybody starts there. And the moment they think that they've made it, they go to a bigger agency, leaving her behind. That's bullshit.
How many times have you gone through this?
With like seeing her go through this,
You.
me personally in my agency, maybe 15 times.
Oh my god.
15 heartbreaks. 15 heartbreaks. And just because
All
they,
women?
no, there've been some men too. There've been some men. But I think the difference is that with the men, I haven't been so
Fond of and like.
emotionally
Mm-hmm.
attached to them
Mm-hmm.
because with men I mean, I do take care of them. Okay, I do take care of them.
But
I
you can't
mentor them too.
empathize as much as with
But I
women.
know that exactly because they do well. They're fine. They're fine without me.
Yeah.
But with the women, they need me because the struggle is real. Less opportunities for women. The struggle is real. So obviously, I will take care of the women more than I do of the men. Okay. Right now, if we lived in a society that was fair, then I would take care of both. Anyway, so when the men have come and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm leaving the agency for such and such reason," I'm like, "Bye, that's fine."
Mm-hmm.
But when the women who I taken care of as a mother say that to me, I'm hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very hurt. And then recently it happened with one of my another actress, and she, I firmly believed in her. I helped her with her headshots, and I even told her what to wear, and I really liked her. And she was struggling because she's a white Latina, and white Latinas like yourself have a really tough time in the industry because it's hard for them to get jobs because they are not considered Latinas. So I said to her, girl, don't worry about it. This is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to dress. I made sure that she was empowered as a Latina. And we got her so many auditions for commercials, stuff like that. And but we told her that there was a limit to how much she could work because she needed a work permit in the States and all that stuff. And she didn't have that. She had a different sort of permit that didn't allow her to work. And so when we explained that she couldn't do it, she thought that we as the agency were not allowing her. And so she went to another agency, and somehow another agent said that he could get her on projects without the work permit.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's wrong. Like, whoever's telling you this information
It's false information.
is false information. But and the thing is, I didn't see it coming. I just got an email one day and she was like, you know what? Thank you for everything you've done. I really appreciate you. You're amazing. I love you. But I have decided to go with a different agency because this other agent says that they can get me the work without the permit.
Mhm.
I was like, come on. I didn't want to get into this fight of saying, like, do you understand that the law is the law? Like, it's not like any agent can change that. But but I did message her asking, like, are you sure this is what you want to do? We put a lot of effort in your career, blah blah blah. She didn't reply, by the way. Now that I think about it, she didn't reply. And just like that, she was gone.
Damn.
I was heartbroken because we put so much energy into making them professionals.
Mhm.
That's that.
I mean, you lose some, you win some.
Yes, and I do have to say that we have some amazing actors. Well, you're one of them. But we have so many amazing actresses and actors who are loyal and who, you know, I considered family. I consider family.
See, like to me, it's just like I said, like I don't understand how some people or their process of information or of like decision making. I don't understand it because I think about myself and I'm like, I would never do that. This I would
Mhm.
do. This I would never do. Like, this is negotiable. This is a non negotiable. Like, you know. But I mean, I guess everyone's different. And yeah, everyone's going to vouch for their own interest and for their personal things over someone else. But like, I feel like there's always a way to make a decision and not hurt anyone. Like that's what words are used for. You can always talk things through with someone and like try to be as clear as possible,
Mhm.
you know.
Absolutely. So if you're listening, just make good choices. Make sure you don't hurt people. And if you have to make difficult choices like moving to a different agency or changing your job, talk to someone. Just don't leave.
Just
Talk to someone.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with just having transparency and communicating. So, if you want to send us messages about your tragedies, you can always find us on Instagram and TikTok.
You can find me as MF Bruson.
Mm. Tell them where they can find me.
And you can find Vanessa Tomasino on Instagram and TikTok as Vanessa Tomasino, all together, one N, one S.
I love that. I love that you know that so well.
Well, after 1.5 seasons, I should.
Yeah, I know. It's been amazing. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening and have a great time, week, whatever, whenever you're listening.
Bye.
Bye.